everybody, welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 176. I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your co-host, Flex.
And today we've got none other than the Rock Band 4 God, the deity of Rock Band 4 Pro drums on expert, none other than Aaron OG Simpson. Is that a good enough intro for you today?
I liked it. I like the energy behind it.
So yeah, this is episode number 176, and we're got our friend Aaron who was sandbagging us. You were sandbagging us. Okay, so before I knew you were a gamer, I knew you played lots of games, PC games, console games, shooters. You were very, very good at shooters, but nobody, including you, especially you, ever told me that you were such a motherfucker at Rock Band.
I thought I talked about it all the time.
Well, maybe you said you played, but you never did put up videos until just this last couple of weeks.
Well, I never really was able to, because I was stuck in a trailer while we were refixing my refrigerator over here, whatever. My whole kitchen. Remember the explosion back in last June of 2014, I believe.
You know, you've got to be more careful with your meth lab than that.
Hey, I'm new to the whole thing. I'm trying to work out the kinks to give it time.
I recommend that you rewatch Breaking Bad. It'll probably help you out.
Yeah. Been told they're very factually on the dot in that show.
Oh, really? Is that what they say?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Well, that was an awfully good show. Awfully good. One of the top shows of all times.
Definitely up there.
Yeah. So you just started posting these Rock Band videos with you playing drums. What does that mean when you're? It's like, I know what expert means. That's the hardest difficulty level. But what is pro drums expert?
Pro drums on Rock Band just means that you have your cymbals turned on.
Oh, it comes with cymbals.
Well, it doesn't come with them. I had to buy the expansion pack for them.
Oh, okay. So does one represent the crash and the other is like the hi-hat or the ride or something like that?
Let me just get out my pointer here. This yellow one on the very far end here is the hi-hat most of the time, but when it sloshes the hi-hat, it makes me switch to the blue one, which is also your ride cymbal, and then green is always your crash cymbal.
Oh, you got 3 cymbals.
Yep.
Just like a real kit would have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I happen to own a drum set myself, and I can play at an extremely rudimentary level. Like I could do a boom chick, you know. I can even do boom chick, boom chick. I can even do a boom chick, boom chick. Okay, that's the extent. That's it. That's all what I can do. But you're pretty amazing. Okay, so if you're not aware, you've got to go subscribe to Aaron's channel. It's way underviewed, way undersubscribed, and he's playing 100% accuracy on Pro Drums Expert, song after song after song. I mean, every day you're putting out a new one.
Yeah, I got the library and I can do it. So far, I've been putting out 2 a day, but I'm going to stop because I'm worried about my library running out too fast.
Wow. So how long have you been playing Rock Band drums? How long have you been playing real drums?
I've been playing drums since I was 12, so 6 years.
Oh, okay. So you started a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. With Guitar Hero 5, as I recall.
Really? So, so you got your drum set. And did you take lessons, or did you just teach yourself, or what?
A little of both. I took lessons for 6 months, then I stopped and just started playing to, good rock and roll songs with good beats, like Tom Petty songs and Dire Straits and all that good jazz. And then eventually I ended up starting to go to a there's a music store just not that far from me that has a open mic night every third Wednesday of the month. I'd go down there and I'd fill in sometimes when bands didn't have a drummer. Then I stopped going because I got sick and I couldn't get up the energy to go anymore. And now I'm getting the energy back and hoping I can start going again.
Well, cool. So you're feeling good these days?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, so you're not going to die in the next week or two, right?
No, probably not. Who knows when we're going to die? It's one big mystery.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Whenever like I work at a place and it says, so you'll be here next week. I said, God willing.
I see what you did.
Well, you never know. You could be hit by a meteorite from space.
Plane could come crashing through this door at any moment. I don't know.
Yeah, just exactly like Donnie Darko.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta say, you're looking cool. Flex, what do you think? What do you think? He's like a man now. He's a man.
I love that beard, man.
I don't think I had facial hair the last time I was on the show.
You may not. You may have had it, but it was like really scraggly or something.
It must have been really tiny because I don't think I really remember having a beard more than 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, when we first had him on the show, Flex, he was like a kid. He was a kid.
He was.
I was a puppy.
He was a youngin'. But now you're a man.
Right.
Just making my way in the world now.
You're 18.
Mm-hmm. Going to college.
Going to
And
college.
you don't know what you want.
So yeah, you're so you can vote.
Mm-hmm.
You can vote. All right. So wow, that's pretty cool. So it's like we've been doing this show for a long time, and we have had a chance to watch some people change over time, and some people get, go through some changes. And we first started, you were like just a young pup. Wow.
I was a young pup in high school, and then you saw me transition slowly into that first stage of chemotherapy. It was amazing, really.
Right.
And I'm amazed I made it this far myself. I think back, and I just don't remember almost anything from the past 2 years.
Right. So did you think that you might die?
There was one time I almost did, and it was septic shock, but I luckily did not because they have really good doctors at Portland's hospital.
So they were all over it.
Oh yeah, they kept me going.
Good.
Wow. Well, so having a diagnosis of cancer, I mean, like at a very young age, it's like, does it like kind of give you like reason to be retrospective? It's like, wow, I might die. I mean, most kids to that age don't ever think about that.
Oh no, I think about it probably every month now. I used to be way more because I was much more frightened, but slowly getting over that. Yeah. Well, we're glad that you're still kicking. Nah, I still got my good old chipper attitude that I've always had. Now my outlook on life is I might die tomorrow. I should do something cool.
You should do something cool. So, okay, so we'll get to college in a minute here. So you're going to college, but you're also a talented drummer with a lot of potential in the future. So do you see yourself playing drums in a rock band?
Since I was 13 years old, I think.
Wow, cool.
And
so,
in a way, these rock band videos are actually kind of like demo reels for me.
All right. So what are you looking for? I mean, what kind of band would you like to be part of?
Yeah.
It's hard to really answer that. I definitely want our music to be meaningful and sincere, not just, corporate written bullshit. But if I had to say a genre, I would probably have to say a mix between old rock and roll and punk, possibly.
All right.
It's pretty diverse.
Yeah.
So, do you feel the muse to create songs or lyrics or anything like that, or is that like down the road?
No, my muse for writing songs just isn't there. I definitely like playing and making songs. Like, I'd love to find a band and create music with them the way I know how to. But I just don't know anybody who's looking for a drummer at the time.
Well, trust me, I played in some bands, some really, really horribly shitty bands. I'm a guitarist. Drummers are always the most in demand. Everybody plays guitar. Nobody wants a guitarist. Well, singers are in demand. Anybody who's actually a halfway decent singer is actually in demand, and drummers are in demand always.
Oh, well, then I'm the duofecta because I also took a choir class for 2 years.
All right. So are we going to see any YouTube videos where you do the microphone?
Maybe, actually. I've already live streamed me singing and playing this drum set at the same time.
All right. Well, I would want to see that.
It's hard because the microphone's so sensitive. It picks me up hitting the stuff, and then it thinks that's me singing, and so it just starts screwing up on the bar.
Well, you'd probably want to just sing. Just turn on just the singing and just see if you can 100% that. Can you even, because it's janky. It's like the singing is not, it doesn't track perfectly.
It's not perfect, but you can compensate for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. The singing it's kind of like, that's sort of the technology that they use in auto-tune. Mm-hmm. You can tell.
Well, one of the things they did in this new iteration of Rock Band is they did this smart thing where you don't have to sing exactly like the singer is, just sing in the same key and it's okay. So you can make up different notes as well if you want to.
All right. Well, I'm sure it takes into consideration the key signature is like all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, this is one of the most intelligently programmed games I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, because back in the PS2 days, I had a game called SingStar, which was exactly like Rock Band's mic part. It had a little tracker thing, for the pitch, and you followed along, and but it was really janky. It wasn't a real good tracker. Did you know, anybody out there, if you have a Rock Band microphone, that is not a bad way to start making YouTube commentaries. They actually work. You can plug it directly into your PC.
Yeah, I found that out like 3 years ago because I was just short on microphone at the time because I think the one I just had currently broke. So I just kind of plugged it into my computer, and I was able to use that for a while till I got something more substantial.
And they're not that bad.
No.
They're not that bad. I mean, I've heard worse. Yeah, so it's like a real down and dirty. If you're starting a YouTube channel and you've got no money, you can't afford to buy a mic, well, you can just plug that right into your computer. Mm-hmm. It works.
The wonders of the universality of the USB cable.
It is. It's a miracle. Mm. So you're in college. So mm-hmm. Where are you going? What are you studying?
Local college, Chemeketa Community College. Just studying some first year courses. Like there's a class called First Year Experience, which is basically just how do you do college better than you already think you know how to. And and next semester I'm taking a writing class, and I'm going to start my math class as well.
Okay, so does your college include a safe space where you don't have to hear anything that offends you or anything?
I never hear anything that offends me.
Bubble wrap, videos of puppies.
No, nothing like that.
Blankets,
videos of babies crying.
Teddy bears that you can stroke.
No, typically when I'm there, I'm in a classroom, so I don't worry about it anyway.
Well, these days on college campuses, it's big in the news these days. Like the legion of students who are offended by what people have to say.
Pretty much that.
It's like they have to include trigger warnings. It's like okay, this could trigger survivors of whatever, incest, rape. Domestic abuse, whatever, is like, So you have to be careful. It's like, and if you have a trigger warning, you know, you have to provide a safe space. It's like, okay, this is where a student can run out of the class screaming and go to this little safe space so they don't have to hear anything that contradicts their opinion.
Well, I don't really... This is a pretty tame college. It's a community college, so no one's really hanging out there broing about or anything. It's like you go to your class and you just want to leave immediately. I did see, last time I was there, I had to go to the TRIO office to apply for some grants. And I did see one place that had a sign over it called the Gay and Transgender Safety Zone.
Okay, yeah, you do have a safe space.
I guess we do.
Yeah. All right. So how are you liking life in the big leagues?
I'm enjoying it immensely. It's nice to be able to finally decide what I want to learn instead of having to learn all that other stuff that I don't care about.
Yeah. Well, so you're a rocker.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big, tall, strapping, good-looking dude. So you got any ladies that you got your eye on right now?
Not really. Well, I mean, I'm a guy. I'm always looking for a nice lady friend to settle down with maybe one day, but as of this moment, I'm not too choosy.
I love it. Don't be too choosy. That's a rule of thumb. When you're living the life of when you're living the life of rock stardom, and you got the groupies on the bus, you know, and backstage, you know, you don't want to be choosy. You just want to make sure that you play safe.
Just please be clean. That's all I ask.
Play safe, but play.
Mm-hmm. Wrap that rascal.
Play. Wrap that rascal. Yeah. Saran wrap if you have to.
Oh, God. I heard a story about saran wrap with that sounded just awful.
Oh, my.
I don't care to repeat it. My mother's in the other room right now.
I don't want to hear it.
You do not.
What was that movie Jamie Foxx was in a long time ago? Him and this other dude, they had these two chicks and they were ready to go, except they needed a condom. And they're like, the whole movie was their search for a condom.
I didn't know Jamie Foxx was in a movie like that.
The Rubber Adventure.
I don't know, but before he was as big of a star as he is now, of course, this was just a stupid throwaway movie, which was hilarious. Okay. Google it. If you Google Jamie Foxx and like looking for a condom, you'll find this movie.
I'll just IMDb it later, I guess.
Yeah. You will probably find it very entertaining, and yet, of course, you know it's going to be a stupid ass movie.
I go in and expecting that from a lot of movies.
Well, you know, I will allow a stupid ass movie to be stupid.
Sometimes you just gotta let cartoons be cartoons. Even if they're people.
Yeah. One thing, I got a buddy who comes over on Friday nights, and it's like we order pizza and we watch usually bad movies, bad action movies. And this last one was a 2015 movie with Dolph Lundgren, aging action star. And it was called The Skin Trade, and he's like going up against the Serbian mafia, who's engaged in like this human trafficking, and he's like, you know, trying to free these poor scared girls. And there's lots of rocket propelled grenades and machine guns.
Of course.
And it's kind of a B movie, and it's stupid as hell. Lots and lots of karate moves. But hey, what do you expect from a movie like that?
Trying to think of bad movies I've seen. Everyone already knew about Terminator Genesis. That one was pretty terrible, but fun to watch at the same time in a way.
And that when Arnold comes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Arnold, is he a Terminator or does he play a different part?
He's still a Terminator, but he's been reprogrammed to help Sarah Connor grow up and basically turn into a child soldier. So by the time Kyle Reese shows up, she's already like this badass robot killer.
Yeah, but Arnold, of course, looks like his present day self, which is
Yes.
kind of an old, beat the shit out of, wrinkly.
Yeah, they explained that in the movie. He's covered in organic tissue, which while his metal skeleton doesn't age, the skin does still age because, it's organic.
Right. So he's just as much of a badass, except now he's wrinkly and saggy.
And then you have him fighting with CGI young Arnold, and it's all cool, and there's explosions, and it's a fun time.
Yeah. Well, have you seen any of the Expendables movies?
Oh, I've seen 2 and 3.
Yeah, all 3 of them are fucking epically good.
They're all
fun.
fantastically terrible.
They're awesomely bad.
Have you Machete? That's got to be my favorite.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Danny Trejo is great as a side character or a bad guy, but movies where he stars,
He ain't a good lead.
No.
those are bad. Those movies are bad.
But they're fun and stupid in a way that I can't not love them.
That's right.
It's like a fucking car wreck. You can't not look at it.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. You want my pick for the best movie of all time.
Wow.
If you haven't seen it, check out Rutger Hauer as a bum, as a panhandling bum. The title of the movie is Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh, I've seen that movie.
You've
I
seen
love
that movie? Isn't that fucking
That's
amazing?
an amazing movie.
Hobo with a Shotgun.
Gosh.
Oh my God, he's saving up his $200 to buy a lawnmower. And
my brother told me about that movie, and then he showed it to me, and I was like, why do people not like this? This is fantastic.
It's the best film of all time. It's Citizen Kane of that kind of genre.
Pretty much. If I had to pick a movie that was just about a kind of quiet guy just beating the crap out of everybody, I'd have to pick John Wick as number 1.
What is that?
John Wick. That's got Keanu Reeves, and in the movie, at the very beginning, his wife has just died. And the last thing she did before she died was she bought him a dog so that he could have something to grieve with over her loss. But then this Russian mafia punk comes to his house because he wants to steal his car, and he beats up Wick, and then he kills the dog, and then it turns out that Wick used to work for the Russian mafia boss that this kid is the son of. And so everybody in the movie's like, you killed John Wick's dog? And then he's like, yeah. And so everyone just says, oh, you're going to die. He's going to kill you. There's no escaping this.
And Keanu Reeves is John Wick?
Yeah, and he's fantastic in the role. He's perfect. I don't think they could have made a better choice for that.
Wow. Does he go around saying, whoa?
No, not at all. Thank God. Thank God. That would have been so bad if he'd done that.
An epic suspense, like heist kind of it's an action movie and it's awesome, and Keanu Reeves at his best. It was like he infiltrates this group of surfers. Point Break.
Just saw it the other night.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I actually have a list of movies, and that was on it to watch.
It is an awesome movie. It has Gary Busey in it. It also has a cameo with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, all of them. They play like, drug gangsters, and basically the original idea for what's that car movie that Paul Walker?
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. The original Fast and Furious was a direct ripoff of Point Break.
Point Break, but with cars.
Yeah.
I actually heard someone describe it to me exactly like that.
Actually, just the other week there was we watched a movie that was on Netflix, that was a parody of the Fast and Furious movies. Too Fast, or I forgot what it was. If you Google parody Fast and Furious, this movie will come up, and it's hilarious. They had a Vin Diesel type character who was like bald, and he talks slow, and he's a big guy. And they had the Paul Walker guy who's like an airhead dumbass. Oh, I shouldn't speak poorly of the dead.
No, the character's a dumbass. Paul Walker, I hear, was an alright guy.
Oh, he was a super nice guy, man. He donated a lot of money and time to a lot of different charities.
If I Google parody of Fast and Furious, I'm probably just going to get more Fast and Furious movies. Because, like, the last two have just been self-parodying it at this point. And it's amazing. I can't believe how well this genre just transitioned into self-parody. Because they had the fifth one was a heist movie with The Rock. And the sixth one was... Oh my gosh, what was the sixth one even about? I don't remember anymore.
It's its own parody.
It's like the government hired them because apparently there was some terrorist who wanted to take over the world, and apparently these rat city living street thugs were the best they had to take him out. And then in the seventh one, it's another sort of government movie, except this time they have Jason Statham hunting them everywhere as a hitman trying to kill them.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, they're trying to get that thing so they can find Statham, even though Statham's following them everywhere, so it doesn't really matter, so they have no reason to look for him in the first place.
Yeah, the plot, like, don't trouble yourself with the plot.
No.
I mean, that is like a
don't
waste of time.
go into a Fast and Furious movie expecting it to make sense.
Yeah.
That scene with the skydiving cars was pretty cool, though.
Yeah. You know, those are. It's like, because Paul Walker is dead, does that mean we're not going to get any more Fast and Furious movies?
No, there's another one coming out in 2018.
There's another one coming out in 2018.
Yeah, just because he's gone doesn't mean they're going to stop a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah, no, there was a scene after the end of the credits of the seventh one that teased the next one.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. You got a money-making venture here. Hell or high water, it's going forward.
Yeah. I don't see a reason to stop if it's still doing well enough.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, Infinity Ward dies. Does Call of Duty stop? No, sorry.
It gets better.
All right, so enough of this cheesy movie talk. Let's talk about some video games. So speaking of Call of Duty, it's been out for like almost, well, I guess it's been out over a week.
Yeah.
So have you played it?
I wish. Like I said, they ran out of Juggernaut editions.
Oh, so you're holding out. You're not going to get it till you can get it with the fridge.
Yep.
Okay. So you're playing on the Sexbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just before Call of Duty came out, the week before, Halo 5.
Yeah. I did play that one. Severely disappointed with that story.
Oh yeah. Okay, so do you want to talk spoilers?
We can talk spoilers since it's been a while now.
Okay,
I assume anyone who wants to finish it can finish it since that campaign's only 4.5 hours long.
That's right. So, okay, at this point, audience, we're going to talk spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled, stop watching now, and I will raise my hand when it's safe to come out. Okay, turn off the audio, and we're going to talk about with spoilers. Say there. What do you think about the twist?
The twist.
Flex. Okay, so wait a minute, Flex. Have you finished it yet?
No, but I don't care. You can spoil it for me. I'd rather do it that way.
Are you sure?
Go ahead and explain what the twist is, I suppose.
The twist.
Yeah.
The bad guy is Cortana.
What?
Yeah, I knew that.
The bad guy is Cortana? What?
That made me so angry that they brought her back to life. That was the first death in that series that meant anything, and now it's got no emotional weight because they had to have a Deus Ex Machina for the rest of the series.
I know. First of all, that was... Yeah. Well, I remember going into it and thinking, I sure hope that Cortana comes back. Because, even though it was like, it would be cheap to bring her back, they shouldn't have killed her in the first place. I mean, come on. You don't kill Cortana.
Yeah, they kind of put their foot in their mouths with that choice.
Yeah. We're going to kill Cortana. It's like, oh my God, how do you do that? That's like... Dinklebot, yeah, put him out of his misery. But Cortana...
To be fair, you didn't want her to die, but I thought they handled her death very well in Halo 4. I thought it was a fitting end. And,
it was.
And now,
it was touching.
And now they ruined it. They ruined it all.
Yeah. So, first thing I noticed when we saw Cortana... She's wearing clothes.
Interesting design choice.
She's wearing clothes. And not only that, but she's got small titties. Cortana's got little titties. They're not even big, luscious, naked digital titties anymore. What do you think about that?
That never really bothered me in the first place, since it's just, a computer. It can look however it wants to.
Fine.
Adding the clothes and reducing the chest size, I feel like was just them listening to some small angry group of people that probably don't even play the game in the first place and shouldn't have any business deciding what goes where anyway. So
absolutely.
That's really the only reason it frustrated me. Other than that, if they wanted to just put on clothes, I would have been fine with that.
Right. Well, that was obviously the influence of the Sarkeesian effect.
PC thugs, man. That's what
PC thugs trying to step on us gamers and our fun. I mean, come on. It's like you think the gals who play Halo like appreciate that more? Like, oh well, thank goodness she's clothed now and she's got more reasonable sized memories.
No,
I don't think so.
Something tells me if you were a girl playing Halo already, you probably got over that by now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so video games, like the women are hyper feminine, hypersexual females, but the men, they're all giant, muscular he-men, specimens. It's like, did you see the size of the Chief's package?
Oh yeah, I saw the end.
There's a couple of shots in there where you totally get a good view of the Chiefs package. I mean, he is not shortchanged in the scrotal.
Oh, that it's
dimensions. He's in his suit. He's got like this big old tube sock stuck in there. The Chief is stuffing. Oh my God.
Oh, and then that big fight with Locke and Chief, where they used the whole campaign for this game was just this really huge, supposed to be colossal fight between Locke and Chief, and you're supposed to be like, who's right and who's wrong, and it's a 2-minute cutscene of them punching each other.
It's a cutscene where you get no input.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even slightly satisfying. And it's like the whole campaign leading up to this game, Chief versus Locke. Hunt the truth.
And you play as Chief for 20 minutes?
Yeah, you spend so little time playing as the Chief. Most of it's like Locke's team.
No one who's playing Halo gives a shit about Locke. They don't understand that. We play because we like being Chief. The unstoppable badass who saved the universe 8,000 times by now.
It's like, I have Windows 10 and Cortana says what would you like me to call you? And of course I told her Chief. It's like, what can I do for you, Chief? It's like, hey, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't say Locke.
No.
What can I do for you, Agent Locke? Okay, so then the boss battles. How many times do you fight the warden, dude?
About 8, I think.
It's like, fuck, it's like, okay, you got the same boss. You just keep fighting this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or when there's groups of wardens or whatever. I don't know. I had some problems with it.
Something happened in the offices. Everything just took a dive for the worst.
Okay, but I'm not a giant lore guy. I like the story. But once I played the campaign, so now it's on to the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm having a ton of fun with the multiplayer. I'm digging it.
I thought the multiplayer was wonderful, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know who's the screenwriter that ruined the campaign, but whoever works at the multiplayer desks is still doing just fine.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Okay, so do you spend more time playing the arena or Warzone?
I only borrowed this so I could play the campaign in a little multiplayer, but I only played arena. But the time I did play it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Definitely the most fast-paced Halo so far, but I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah, I've been having a ton of fun with it. Well, the big complaint is that everything is ranked. There's no social playlist, so you're always playing in ranked playlists. So it's Try Hard City. But I don't know. See, I have a hard time relating to that because you know that I'm not a beast Halo player, and Aaron is a beast Halo player. He's a good player.
I like to think I do okay.
Yeah, he's a very good player. You're not part of our regular YouTube Halo crowd that hangs out together, but you could hang with all those guys for sure. Anywho, my ranking, of course, is very low. I did all my ranks in bronze, silver, and gold. It's like so I'm being matched with people who are bronze, silver, and gold. So I'm not having too bad a time. It's like, but if you're ranked high, then they're throwing you in matches with other guys who ranked high. So you're probably not getting those kind of pub stomp games, where you shit all over kids.
No, that's sadly gone, but I don't know. I don't mind a ranking system. I like being challenged. I don't like just having the easy street all the time.
Yeah. Well, I like to be on my toes, when I'm playing. I don't know. There's Warzone for that. So, all right. So,
Forge and Split Screen were not in the game I saw when I was playing, which came as a surprise to me. But I read that they were going to patch Forge in later, so that was all right. But you took Split Screen out of Halo, man.
You took Split Screen out.
That was a staple in this series up to this point.
Can't believe it.
Even the new Call of Duty still has split screen.
Titanfall still has split screen.
It's like, for God's sakes, couch co-op, baby. That's the way to go.
Nope, not anymore. Now you need 2 Xboxes.
Yeah, I got an Xbox, and I'll be in one room, and you be on an Xbox in another room, and we'll talk on the mics here.
Yeah, and apparently the LAN connections with Xboxes is really weird and almost broken to a point.
No. Something like that.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I'm loving Halo. I'm loving Halo multiplayer. But okay, so what about the other new game that just came out? Fallout 4.
I got Fallout on PC, and my graphics card has a difficult time with it, but I love it. I'm absolutely in love with that game. I could lose myself for hours just building a little shelter town now. It's amazing. Everything you could want is in this game. There's a gun crafting system. You can customize the way your character looks to almost ridiculous degrees, honestly. And you still have a dog, like Fallout 3, because, you can't have a Fallout game without a dog anymore.
Yeah, so your graphics card is giving you trouble.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting a new one by Christmas.
Okay, well, I don't want to brag, but I do, of course.
Of course.
I just built a new PC. It's a beast. It has the 6th generation Skylake i7 in it, and it has a GTX 980 in it. That video card.
You're in a good place right there.
Yeah. It says it's calculate. Okay, well, now take a look at your video card and calculate settings. It said your settings will be ultra.
Is that not the greatest feeling in the world?
It is. I love it. So, anywho, I'm not really a PC gamer. I will probably DM you with questions from time to time, like Steam questions or PC questions, because I'm not a PC gamer. I'm such a noob.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm willing to answer any of the questions you have.
Cool. So, geez. So do you play? I think I saw you put up a video where you play guitar on Rock Band.
I don't think I did, actually.
Maybe not. Do you play the guitar on Rock Band?
Only sometimes if I'm bored and it's late at night and everyone's asleep because it's quieter.
Yeah. Well, even though those are not real drums, you're still hitting these pieces of plastic with a stick.
Pretty much. It's like an electric drum set. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah. So you want to get an electric drum set?
No, I like my acoustic.
So do you have neighbors that ever complain?
No, never. Not one complaint in 5 years of having that drum set.
Wow, that's cool. You know, I've got a neighbor who lives across the street and down 2 houses. And his kid plays drums in his garage with the door open, usually about the time I come home from work. And he's bad. Oh my God, he's incredibly bad. He'll play the same beat over and over and over, but he can't master the timing. He's got bad rhythm. I mean, the phrasing is just way off, way off, and it's just like annoying as fuck. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he was halfway decent. But this kid is super terrible. He will never be in a band, I can tell you that.
Oh, y'all gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Why don't you go over and tell him the way it is and crush his dreams, man?
I'd like to. Say, dude, you suck. No, he's got a friend who comes over with a guitar.
Oh, no.
And his friend's not good. But his friend's nowhere near as horrible as he is.
Well, it's a step up, I guess.
Oh, my God. Well, it's easy to be bad at a musical instrument. It's extremely easy to be bad.
Especially the cornet.
No one likes the clarinet.
Cornet. The clarinet's squeaky.
It is. I played cornet in junior high school.
So did I.
I bought a trumpet last year, just for the hell of it. You know, I started buying a lot of shit on Amazon, and just for kicks, I looked up trumpet. Oh, we lost you for just a second there. I looked at trumpet, and you know, nowadays they've got these Chinese-made trumpets that are like halfway decent, and they're super cheap. Like a lot of Chinese stuff. I bought a banjo, also a Chinese-made banjo, and it was super cheap, but the quality is surprisingly good. So I've been dicking around with my trumpet and my banjo. I don't even know what I'm going to do with a banjo. I mean, I'm not really into country music. Not that kind of thing, but I do sort of like the banjo in country music.
Electrify the banjo. Make it electric.
Electric banjo. Perfect.
I'm going to hit distorted power chords.
There you go.
On my banjo.
Yeah.
I'm going to play through giant Marshall stacks. Marshall fucking stacks of banjo power chords. You know, what's weird is the banjo actually has a drum head.
Yeah, it's like an odd instrument.
Yeah.
Ingenuity born from necessity, I guess.
I guess so. Well, it's like an actual Remo. If you need to replace it, you just get a 12-inch Remo drum head and just tighten it like you would tighten a drum head. So, yeah, are you ever going to make a recording on YouTube with you actually playing the real drums?
Maybe if I ever figure out how to do that. Because currently my computer's in this part of my house and my drum set's way at the other end of my house over there, and I don't want to have to move everything from one end to another.
Okay, I get it. Well, you can get a camcorder. Just get a regular old-fashioned camcorder.
I do have one here.
Yeah, just camcord yourself playing. And the mics on those usually suck. Get yourself one of these guys. One of these little field recorder dealies. They're made for that. That's yeah. That is what they're made for.
Yeah.
Or for putting in your pocket and secretly recording conversations with people you don't like.
It's good for that too. It's damn good for that.
Guess so.
Yeah. Like the blackmail is hilarious. Now, if you found out somebody was blackmailing you, would you A, pay the blackmailer, B, kill the blackmailer?
Wait, is that yourself or the dealer? The
blackmailer.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or C, just admit to what he's blackmailing you for, and just like, okay, yeah, I embezzled.
Then you put the gun here to get him to confess, right underneath the chin.
Yeah. Well, it's like the best thing to do is probably, just whatever you're being blackmailed for, just come out and admit, yeah, I slept with that little boy. Sorry, wasn't my finest moment. Or whatever it is. Or you just kill the blackmailer.
Just kill the blackmailer.
Well, in the movies, always. Or even cheap TV shows, when somebody's being blackmailed, they always kill the blackmailer. Yep. Always.
That's because they have the resources to do that, though. Like, where'd he get the money to buy that gun? Shut up, it's TV.
It is TV. And, well, sometimes they'll come up with, they'll bludgeon them or they'll stab them or whatever.
Bludgeon them.
Bludgeon them.
So you live in Oregon.
Call the bear Jew on them.
So you live in Oregon.
Yeah.
And Oregon is known for a couple of things.
I think we already covered meth earlier, right?
I think you can sense where we're going with this.
Yeah.
So have you exercised your right to purchase legal, merchandise in the state of Oregon?
Absolutely.
So how does it work? It just you go to a store?
You just go to a dispensary, be like, hey, I want to get high. All right, here's what you need to get the high specifically for what you want. Like, cool, thanks, bye.
Here's this kind of dope. There's these kind of brownies.
Yep.
Exactly. It's like whatever you want.
It's like, I'm watching a really bad movie tonight and I want to forget it in the morning. I got you.
They've got everything.
Yep.
Minnesota's got medical marijuana.
Yep.
It's so fucking strict, nobody can get it.
Well, medical marijuana is just kind of a stopgap. Okay, so to the legal recreational marijuana. Now, I don't smoke because it doesn't agree with me. I don't have anything against it. I'm totally cool with people who do smoke. I don't do it myself, not because I'm a goody two-shoes, but because it upsets my stomach. I don't know. It's weird.
It's funny. It's supposed to have the opposite effect.
I know.
Yeah. That's why I use it, man. It's what me eat.
Yeah. Well, it does sometimes give me the munchies. I have had that before, but it's just not something that I like to do because it just doesn't agree with me too much. But people are seeing what's happening in Colorado and Oregon and places where they've made it legal. These states are raking in tax money.
Oh, yeah. We are doing better for ourselves. I can't say we're doing well because our economy's still in the shithole here, but we're definitely getting better.
You're getting better. And also the real estate values, I heard, are going up in the states where it's legal. People are moving there.
I don't know about that. I don't follow real estate.
Well, anyway, it just indicates that it has a positive effect monetarily.
Yeah.
So even if you're like a moralistic, person who's trying to tell people what they can't do, you still have to look at like the fiscal impact for the state.
There's two things that I've always held on to that I think could really fix stuff around here. Legalize every drug and Darwinism.
Okay.
That's it. You let nature take its course from there.
Yeah. Well, I can't say that I'm against that because people are going to do what they want to do, whether what they want to do is legal or not.
You can't stop people from doing what they want.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can only make it harder.
That's right.
Okay. So let's bring up, this is Sunday. This is Sunday night, and just Friday, the big attack thing happened in Paris. Do you guys want to talk about that at all?
Don't really have a lot of insight on that.
Let's touch on it briefly because it happened and it's a big event.
It is a big event. It's pretty huge. I mean, I've heard it referred to as France's 9/11, or France's Pearl Harbor.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It was 140 people last I checked.
Well, I don't know the number, but it's in the 100 something. So it was coordinated. It wasn't just some little 2-bit attack. There was a bunch of people that all did their thing at the same time. 7 suicide bombers blowing themselves up. And then people shooting AK-47s. And I heard at one point they were killing people one at a time, execution style.
I will refrain from commenting on it because I don't want to offend certain groups of people that I certainly will offend if I say what I think. So I will remain quiet on this.
Okay, so the group that claimed responsibility for this and that the authorities have determined is the responsible party is ISIS. That's the Islamic State. Okay. Now there are some that are saying that this has nothing to do with Islam.
Bullshit.
The clue is in the name, Islamic State.
Yeah.
So these people want the world to be an Islamic State. And they think it's okay to murder infidels. And the people in France, they consider them infidels because they're not Muslims or Islamic.
When I talk about infidels, look in the fucking mirror.
I don't know. So this is a case of religious fanaticism that's crossed every line. I mean, what kind of person could do this? I mean, I don't care if you think your God is telling you to do this, and you can kill just random.
You're fucked up.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't care what God you believe in. You don't get to be a dick about anything.
Good one.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know what to say about it. Just that, this is probably going to change some things. I mean, this could change the course of the U.S. election. I mean, the Democratic debate was last night, and Hillary Clinton took a lot of grilling about her time as Secretary of State. So, like, if you had been a better Secretary of State, this ISIS wouldn't have developed kind of shit.
I don't do politics because I'm really got a really rigid political stance on things, and people don't like it.
I've got my own big issues to worry about, but can say this, feel really bad about the families who lost their loved ones on Friday. And I stand with France in their sorrows. Because I was just in England at the end of September, and I met a group of French vacationers who were there also, and they were extremely nice people.
Yeah, that's cool. So you got to go to Europe.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It was beautiful.
So
of course, it's London, so it's raining almost all the time.
Well, you live in Oregon, so
I was used to it. I kind of picked England on purpose because it was kind of Oregon-ishy already anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been there. I've never been across the pond. Did you get to meet any real-life friends that you have, like video game pals or anything?
No, none of them were in the vicinity. I don't really keep up with most of my English friends anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a few. I know me and Flex know a few English dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Dino came to San Francisco last year, and I got to meet him. That was cool. He's in the British Armed Forces.
Really?
And they were having some training thing.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah. So SAS ready for deployment.
Nice. I think the most famous or most well-known person I saw when I was there was Christian Bale was on my flight back to the U.S.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he do a tirade or anything?
No, he just kind of sat down. I didn't really say anything to him because I assumed he was probably doing something important, but that's what I think everyone's doing, really. And I kind of, if I had talked to him, it would have been kind of a big fuck you because I was watching nothing but Marvel movies in my seat the whole way back. And I would be talking to Batman at that point, so maybe it's probably better I didn't, actually.
Oh, maybe he would have given you a fuck you.
And I would have been
Christian
like,
Bale.
I got told fuck you by Christian Bale.
You know what? I think he's a good actor, but I don't think he's particularly a wonderful human being necessarily.
I've heard he's got problems.
Yeah, but he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he's a piece of shit, who cares if he's a good actor?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say that about all actors, though, really.
Well, that's true. I mean, I don't really care if they're a piece of shit unless they're Mel Gibson. I just can't stand that guy.
Mel Gibson is too Mad Max.
Now, the Mad Max movies were fucking awesome. Okay, no doubt. They were awesome.
He just got too mad to play them.
He's mad. He's mad is a good, like in the English sense, he's mad. I don't know, did you see The Passion of the Christ?
No, I'm not going to either.
No.
I watched the first 25 minutes or so of it, and I just had to stop. I had to stop. It's like, oh my God, I can't take this. This is gross. This is absolutely disgusting.
This is wrong.
It's torture. It's torture porn.
I don't know. I
I don't know.
It was lame, so I didn't watch it.
But he was in Machete Kills and did his job well there.
Well, yeah.
Because he's the crazy guy being hired to play the crazy guy in the movie. It's a pretty good idea, actually.
Anyway, I can't really... I don't know. After finding out that he's like, a super hardcore anti-Semite, I don't know. I just can't watch any of his movies without that informing my judgment about him. So, however good of a job he does at acting, that's just like disgusting.
Cuckoo for Christ, as I like to say.
He hates the Jews. He hates the Jews. Yep. And it showed in the Passion of the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, Ann was asking me just last night, do you think acting is hard?
Let's think about that now. And think of all the crazy people in Hollywood.
Well, what do you think? Is acting hard?
Oh, I think it's very difficult, actually.
Bad acting is extremely easy.
Oh, yeah. Good acting is one of the most difficult feats.
Yeah. I mean, bad acting is easy as falling off a log. I mean, that's incredibly easy. That's why you see a lot of it.
Yep.
But try to actually be believable. I mean, acting is like, it's like, so you're reciting words that you've memorized, but you have to do it and say it in such a way that it sounds like it's real for you. This is real. I'm not just reciting memorized words. I'm living this that I'm saying. It reminds me of, like, you can tell when, like, a YouTuber scripts his commentary. Sometimes you can tell. I mean, when you can tell that, it's because, like, even though they're your own words, when you're reading them, it still takes acting, a kind of an acting. You know, you have to read it in a kind of way that, like you would say it, but sometimes it sounds like you're reading. It just sounds like you're reading.
I never use scripts for my comms. I do them live.
I never use scripts either. Now, sometimes I might make a little list of points that I want to cover, so I don't forget. But I don't word it at all. That could be one reason why my videos suck.
They're all right. Come on.
Yeah, they're not horrible. Well, I don't know.
There's so much worse, believe me.
There's some bad ones. So you should do some more those Let's Plays, those crazy games like Mount Your Friends and shit like that, and that restaurant game where you're like taking orders.
I do like those quirky indie games.
Yeah, what was that game where you take the orders and you make the food?
Cook Serve Delicious.
Yeah, that was a great video.
One from time to time, just to keep my reflexes in check.
Yeah. Your live comm, your Let's Play skills you're kind of natural, really. I think you should do more of that.
I try, and then I just get so tired afterwards. Like, I need a nap after doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
And getting 100% on Expert Pro drums doesn't make you tired.
That's because that's just a natural thing for me at this point, is hitting these little plastic pads.
It doesn't take gigantic concentration to get 100%?
It takes a little concentration, but I've been doing it for 6 years, so to me it's just kind of organic at this point.
Okay. Well, I would think playing some silly game where you're, doing some stupid shit would be easy. But then I have never tried to do a Let's Play video. Now, Flex, you've done some, like, you did like Trials game, that motorcycle game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a silly game.
Yeah, it is. Especially the one with the unicorn.
Like
the cat riding a unicorn.
Yeah. Now what is that super casual, that game that PewDiePie made popular where you're riding a bicycle?
Oh.
And if you fall off, there's blood and stuff. I can't remember the name of that game. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
Yeah, Trials kind of reminds me of a motorcycle version of that, except it's not as ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit more tame. You play the levels that are already in the game, and there's this little story going on with some robots talking in the background that's kind of funny to listen to.
So Xbox has got backwards compatibility, supposedly.
Yeah, I tested it out. I could play Fable 2 and Crazy Taxi now.
Wow. So how do you do it? You just take the video that you already own, stick it in the machine?
You just take your CD and then put it in, and then it downloads the game off of the store for you.
Cool.
It's really easy.
Cool. So you know what that means? That means Xbox 360 used games are now suddenly kind of like more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. How do you like the new interface? Is it actually improved anything for you?
It doesn't. It's no better or worse. It's just different.
It's different. I haven't detected anything great yet. Like they're saying stuff is supposed to happen faster.
I've noticed the menu loads a little faster, but that's really it.
Maybe. Have you ever played PlayStation 4?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Well, PlayStation 4 definitely has a more responsive menu system than Xbox. I mean, you know, I'm an Xbox fanboy, but I mean, I calls them as I sees them. There's a reason PlayStation has totally leapfrogged and teabagged Xbox One.
I can't say that I think PS4 is worse than Xbox One either.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like if you're a FPS shooter kind of a fan, I still think the console to get is the Xbox because, you know, Halo, Gears.
That controller's really pretty much designed for first-person shooters.
It really is. It really is. I mean, the PS4 controller is an improvement over the PS3, but I still, you know, still a little wonky in my hand. I mean, I know people love it. It's
more for like Street Fighter, really, is what it's designed for.
Yeah. Are you a fighting game dude?
I have Injustice, the DC Mortal Kombat game. It's pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're good at every video game I've ever seen you play. You're just a natural.
I just do my best.
Okay, well, if you guys want to see some amazing Rock Band 4 gameplay, you have got to subscribe to Aaron's channel. It is way underviewed and way undersubscribed. You gotta like let people know there's some good shit going on here.
It'll be in the comments, man. Look for it.
It'll be in the comments. Your channel, your Twitch. I noticed you stream quite a bit.
Pretty much every night now.
All right. So follow him on Twitter, all that stuff. Stalk him. You know, send him underwear grams, whatever.
No boxers, please.
It's like you open up a package and it's like boxers and it smells like perfume and it's like there's like a lipstick stain on. Oh my goodness!
Don't do that.
Please don't do that. Give him a break. So if you are still watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 176. Good for you. Now, get up out of the basement and make a sandwich. Anyhow, I've been your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I've been your co-host, Flex.
And once again, we would like to thank our extremely virtuosic drumming motherfucking badass, Aaron. Yeah! All right. So I'd say we got this one pretty much in the can. This is not your first rodeo here, Aaron.
Absolutely not.
That's a good webcam, man. That's a good webcam.
That was a good one.
So it looks like probably there's only one thing left to do. Take us out there, Mr. Flex.
Peloop.